Stalkers, how we doing today? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Shane Nixon, and this is another episode of Would Grandpa Be Proud? It's a beautiful day here in southeast Alaska, Prince of Wales Island, Thorn Bay to be exact. A lot of people are out moving today. Just had a couple of boats come in, some planes. I hear a couple of cars down there below me. Just had a hummingbird right here above my head, so I'm sitting underneath the feeder. I'm pretty sure they've got a nest just right here below me, 10 yards right here behind me on this fence line right here. Hear a little skiff taking off down there. Like I said, it's a beautiful day. It's not just pouring and it's not snowing. But today what we're going to talk about is a 2018 trip over on Kodiak Island. It was the first year I moved to Alaska, and the footage speaks for itself. It's a little raw. It was just me and this phone right here making some videos for the kids. Absolutely no service, so there's no way to send the stuff till I got back to civilization. And be hunting with my good friend Nick Blanco over in Larsen's Bay. And just half of a trip here in Alaska is just getting there. You don't just, oh, I'm gonna go hunting, unless you're just like hunting right here around the house. But otherwise, it could be 4 plane rides and it could be 2 days of journey just to get there. And so that's what this trip's all about. It's about hanging out with a good friend, the challenge of climbing a big mountain, the success of the hunt, whether you count that as a harvest or not. I don't always count that as the success. For me, it's the journey. Anything over that's a bonus. And so with that, enjoy the video. Like I said, it's raw, and there's nothing special about it other than the fact that it was Thanksgiving 2018. I was missing my family, but I was living the dream. And sometimes we have to do those things. Would Grandpa be proud? You dang right he would be. And I'm proud to have you along for the journey as well. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you at the end. Back in 2018, after my youngest daughter graduated from high school, I spent 10 weeks building my mother a house. And then I called everyone together and we had a large family gathering, and we let everyone know that we were going to be moving to Alaska. And so we loaded up everything we had and put it in a boat, and Christy and I headed north. And we spent about 2 weeks traveling, seeing the U.S. as we did. Coming up, one of my biggest things I wanted to see the Yukon. And so we finally made it to Fairbanks, and then we flew to the village. And on our first day in the village, we went to fish camp, and we learned to pick blueberries. And there were 7 of us, all new, moved from all over the U.S. to the native village of Nulato out on the Yukon River. And this would be our home for the next 4 years. People say, what made you go out there? Well, I read a poem once by Robert W. Service. And so here I was, the principal of a small school with 60 students, living on the Yukon River. And yes, I really did shoot that with my bow a couple of times now. And out on the Yukon River, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Incredible sunsets. But winter comes early and it's cold. And so you can imagine being from Texas, and it's our first year there, and the river starts to freeze up. The banks start to recede, and it starts to get dark, and it starts to get cold. Now, when I decided to go to Alaska, there was one thing that really drove me, and that was I wanted to go to Kodiak Island. And so here it is, October 2018, and I'm preparing to go to Kodiak. Beautiful sunrises and sunsets, but the sun never gets above those trees right there. So on November the 20th, I took off out of the native village of New Lotto on our little 9-passenger plane. And yes, it was cold. You're required to wear your winter gear when you get on the plane in the winter. On this particular day, it was just me and the pilot. This is about a 2.5-hour ride from the village back to Fairbanks, give or take, depending on the weather. Sometimes they have to go around fog. It could be a little longer. Sometimes you have to go upriver 50 miles to Galena and be there for a little bit. But on this particular day, it was just me and the pilot. So once you get to Fairbanks, I had to get on another plane and fly to Anchorage. Then I had to spend the night in the Anchorage airport because my flight got canceled. And then the next morning, I had to fly to Kodiak. I had to spend the night in Kodiak because we were a day behind. And then we had to take the float plane out of Kodiak. Now, y'all all thought this was a hunting video, and it will be. But you don't just go on a hunt in Alaska without having some travel. Half the experience is just getting there. So just to get to where I was going took 4 flights in 2 days. And here we are, taxiing out of the water, leaving Kodiak, and we're headed to Larsen's Bay. Yeah, I got to ride up front. My uncle and my buddy, they were jealous. They're both pilots. So, Brody Morrison, this was way back in 2018. That was my food. I thought I was going to be there for a week. That was Chris, my pilot. We couldn't take the original route. At first, he didn't think we were going to be able to get there. You'll notice those clouds over there are real heavy. We actually had to turn around and go through 3 or 4 passes, and he really wasn't sure that we were going to get there. But we did. Eventually. Here we are, just barely off the ground. We were a lot closer than the video makes it look like. But we were going up through some passes, and then we would go back across water. And anyway, that's what we were doing. So, incredible view, absolutely gorgeous. Here we are coming into Larsen's Bay. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but Larsen's Bay is the home of a large cannery. And you can see the cannery coming up right here. Way over to the right on the other side of the bay is actually Nick's house. Nick Blanco, who I had met a year before this trip, was a teacher for Kodiak School District, and he was a teacher in this little village here of Larsen's Bay. I really wasn't sure what we were doing right here. We flew way past the docks, and I was like, okay, I guess we're going to keep going. And then finally we land and taxi, and we have to taxi way back over. This was my third float plane ride. I'm going to tell y'all, I love the float plane. All right, people, kids, family, friends, Facebook, stalkers. We're in Larsen's Bay. Nick's running the boat, and I'm laying in the bottom of it because he lied to me. He said it was 40 degrees and sun was shining. It's 20 degrees and the snow's falling. We almost didn't get here. So if I don't make it to work next Monday, the important thing to know is that I have food, and I might make it back in next week. If I don't make it in, don't worry about it. Y'all just keep going to class, take care of things like you need to. I'll be there sometime. So welcome to Larsen's Bay. All right, people, see ya. What's up, kids, family, friends, Facebook, stalkers? Well, I'm here in Larsen's Bay. Nick picked me up in his little boat, and we made it over to his house. Got a beautiful deck and an incredible view of the moon coming up right there. That right there was worth 4 planes, 4 layovers, a hotel room, an almost missed flight, almost canceled flight, and then flying through the snow and the fog. That is beautiful. Not to mention, I got to see a whole pile of, I thought they were otters, but Nick informed me they were not otters, they're seals. And that was super cool. And just so you know, the water's really cold. And that's all I can say about that. Good morning, kids. Pops loves you. Morning, family, friends, Facebook, stalkers. Yeah, I'm here with Nick Blanco this morning. It's my first day here at Larsen's Bay. Got Nick's cabin right here behind me. Got his little puppy dog. And Nick's working on a new lodge. It's right here behind me. There's the little bit of the bay that leads into his place right here. And I've already spotted about 5 deer this morning. There's a nice buck right here on this hill. Right, let me see. Right up there. Right, whoops, wrong direction. Right there's a tree line in the sunshine. And I've already spotted a buck right here with my binoculars. So it's 687 yards. I just checked it with the rangefinder. So we're going to walk up there. We're going to be on top of that, back there where the sunshine is. We're fixing to go down here on this end, make a nice stalk up, see what we can see from up top. Nick says he's got some nice bucks up there. But anyway, having a good time here, guys. Christy, you packed a lot of bacon. I'm just going to say thank you. Bacon's important, and there's like 4 pounds of bacon. So I know I'm not going to lose any weight this week. I'm going to have a good time. It's Thanksgiving Day. There's no service here at all. That's one reason I'm here, guys, because Nick and I don't have to answer the phone. So right now we're fixing to head up. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Love you, kids. See y'all next week. Nick and I are just out walking around. Below her to the right. Just below her to the right. Hey kids, Daddy's too tired to be funny right now, so I'm gonna be serious. I done pulled off all my clothes. Nick and I have been, Nick's just along to keep me from getting lost. Although I've never been lost, I just didn't always know where I was. But really I was just kind of worried about bears a little bit. So Nick's along, make sure I stay on the path of bear-free resistance. And if I look like I'm hot, that's because I'm freaking hot. Okay, we've been climbing for 2 hours, and I don't know if you can see behind me because of the sunshine, but we started way back there, and right now there are deer. The deer are right there, a whole pile of them. There's 2 nice bucks up there I'm interested in, and so that's the ones we're headed for. And don't come over here and think this is going to be easy. Because I can promise you it's not easy. I'm not in the best of shape, y'all. I'm not 30 stalkers. Okay, so Pops is a little bit out of shape. But it's everything I thought it was going to be. It's hard work, it's a challenge, it's freaking beautiful. So, check in later. There's a deer right there, just so y'all know. He's 148 yards. He's a nice little deer. As hard as I've worked, he's just not quite the deer that I want. But opportunity was right there. Could have taken him. He was 46 yards at one point, and now he's about 150. But he's a nice little deer. I've just worked too hard to get up here. And you know, opportunity, it's right there. I could have had him. What's up, people? I'm just going to tell y'all something. I'm still climbing. I don't know what time it is. If you're in your 20s or 30s, I don't want to hear you're an old man. Okay, because if you look behind me, that's the top of the peaks. Yeah, and I'm level with them, big boys. Okay? And if you're 40 or 50, I don't want to hear I can't climb the top of the mountain, because I just did. And I might not make it down. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm freaking tired. I have no business being up here. Right now, I really don't know why I'm climbing this mountain. Because I just want to, because I need to, or because I'm just having a good time. My heart's beating about 120 beats a minute. There's nothing on me that ain't been wet for 3 hours. We've seen several good deer. At this point, it's not even about the deer. Right now, I'm climbing this mountain. And if I don't make it home, I was having fun doing what I like to do. Nick may have to put me in a tarp and drag me back off the mountain at the end of the day. We definitely will not be climbing this mountain tomorrow. I'm just going to tell you that right now. All right, so if you're 20s and 30s and you're saying, I'm gonna put that off and I'll do it next year, you better get up off your butt and go do it now, because, you know, I'm 49, if the truth be known, and I weigh about 230. And most of y'all would have quit down there about 1.5 miles back. So just think about that. Here's my view. Yeah, that's why I'm up here. Because as I like to tell my kids, I'm gonna climb to the top and look over the other side and see what's over there. And as they like to say, Daddy, why? And my answer has always been, because I won't be back up here. I need to see it while I'm here. Catch you later. Okay, I found the buck I came here for, and it's getting late. And he's about 1,000 yards away. And you can't go get him sitting on the porch, Jeff Wilson. Okay, so I'm booking. I know right where he's at. There's 2 bucks and 2 does, and I'm on my way over right now. He's at the bottom of that hill, so I got to go.
Nice job.
Okay, I got Nick here, and Nick is not my guide, just for the record.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Nick is
buddies.
Nick's my buddy. He teaches, and we met about a year ago, and I flew 1,500 miles. I don't know. I flew 4 times on 4 planes, 300 miles each. And I just smacked a Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
I just put him down, I don't know, about 200, 210 yards.
Nice shot,
and,
very nice shot.
Well, we got him, so. Anyway, he's over there. And Nick says now we got to go because that's a dinner bell for the bears. So, love you kids. This is the hardest hunt Daddy's ever been on. See you later. That didn't take too long, kids. Daddy's got his tag. That's $300 in my hand right there. So I'm fixing to put it on this deer right here. And I'm out of here. Gotta go. Nick says the bears. We gotta go. Bye. All right, people. I'm too tired for stalkers, just so y'all know. And I've made it back to the trailhead. And I'm gonna flip the screen around and show you where I have to go. And I don't know, I've been walking about 2 hours to get back to here, and it took us 3 hours to get up here. So anyway, I got my nice deer on my back. He's right here somewhere. He's hanging on. I'm hanging on. And so I'm gonna flip the screen right here. Well, I can't get it to flip. Okay, well, you ain't gonna get to see it. That's Nick's house down there. That's where I'm headed with my meat. Larsen's Bay, mountains. Hey, I'm just telling you right now, I'm having a big time. But I won't be walking tomorrow, and I won't be out of bed. It's a good thing we got bacon and back straps. Bye. Hey kids, Daddy made it back. We just walked in the door. Daddy's tired, but I'm really tired. I climbed that up there You can't even, you don't even know how hard that was. My back hurts, my feet hurt, and I'm soaking wet. It was, I'm pumped. You just can't tell it, guys. Daddy's about as tired as I think as I've ever been. And very happy. It's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving evening. Thanksgiving's been very good to me. I spent a lot of good days in the woods on Thanksgiving. And you guys have been a part of a bunch of that. Daddy sure misses y'all. And no service, so I can't send this message, but just know that it was beautiful. And I'm tired. Love you guys. I'll send a message when I can. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving. Morning, peeps. Nick and I got company today. Yeah, they're just coming in. They're taking it slow and easy. You get company out here, it ain't like they pull up and ring the doorbell. So they're pulling up to the future dock down there. If you ain't got a boat and you ain't got a plane, you ain't going anywhere. Ducks, ducks, and more ducks. I'm gonna have to get the shotgun out. Dinner bell's ringing. Hey, sore today. Tired, sitting by the fire, staying cozy and warm in here. Nick's cabin. Kind of jealous. I was big 10-inch goat he got last year off the mountain over there, right there through the window. So we're already planning our trip for next year. I'm gonna have to get in shape before I come back. All right, see you. Bye. Well, that was my hunt on Kodiak Island in 2018, and hope that you enjoyed the footage, if not the commentary. And I realize that the footage is raw and the storyline is raw, but that's how it really happened. There's no camera guys, there's no camera crew. This is just me and a good friend climbing a mountain, overcoming adversity, putting everything on the line, and hunting Alaska the hard way. Just getting after it. And again, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that if you haven't taken a trip like this, that someday you'll take this trip and don't put it off too long. Those mountains are unforgiving. I've made 3 other trips over there since then, and have not been successful in harvesting an animal, but I dang sure put my body to the test, and mentally and physically. So with that, I bid you farewell. Keep her between the ditches, shoot straight, and have a blessed day. Oh, and I even got to meet one of the legends of the outdoors, Mr. Fred Eichler, on this trip.